Welcome back to my channel. So I am going to France in about a week. I'm so excited. Okay, if you watched my first video, you already knew that, and if you haven't watched my first video, go to that right now. So anyways, today I wanted to talk a little bit about my expectations, my fears, and basically how I'm preparing to go to France and study abroad. So yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, so as anyone who has talked to me for more than like 5 minutes probably already knows, I also studied abroad in high school. I lived in Vitoria-Gasteiz in Basque Country in northern Spain for 10 months, so yeah, about a school year when I was a junior in high school. I went through a program called sorryyy, which is kind of like a service club, I guess, that has different districts throughout the entire world, and it's not like an agency looking for profit, so it's a lot cheaper compared to a lot of options out there. And so anyways, that's off topic, but if you know a high schooler who's looking to study abroad, I would definitely recommend looking into sorryyy. So basically where I was going with this is it's not my first time doing something like this, which I think is a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. Of course, it's a good thing in that I kind of know what it's like to live with a host family already, to live in a city where you don't really speak the language, or sorry, a country where you don't really speak the language very well, in a city where you don't know that many people. But at the same time, like that year for me was honestly the best year of my life. And for me, that's what study abroad is. Like, it's an amazing experience, which I'm sure this will be, but I don't want to have expectations too high. That's my problem. Like, I want this to be the best 4 months that I've had since my last study abroad. And I don't think it's quite fair going into this experience with such expectations, because it's kind of setting a really high bar. So if I don't get quite to it, I might be disappointed. And I don't really want to do that for myself, but you know, that's kind of where I'm at right now, so we're just gonna have to deal with it. We're gonna just have to make it the best it is. So yeah, there are some differences. So last time I was 16 when I went, and this time I'm 20. I was in high school then, now it's college, it's a little different, and I like to think that in those past 4 years I've grown a little bit, so there's that. And then also, last time I was there, I was studying in Spanish. I wasn't studying Spanish, I was taking normal subject classes like any other normal high school student would there, everything in Spanish. And just so you know, when I left, I had like a year and a half of high school Spanish as my background. So yeah, I really didn't speak any Spanish, but I had to learn. So that was fun. I did come back pretty much, I would say, fluent. Of course, not like native level. I was there for 10 months. But honestly, like enough to where I was comfortable and I could just speak without feeling like a fool. So that's good. And this time it's only 4 months, so I do have a little less time, which yeah, that's another thing I'm a little scared about. Like, I really want to come back, like, yeah, I'm fluent in French now, but at the same time, like, I'm gonna be studying with other international students, and I only have 4 months, and honestly it kind of sounds like a lot, but at the same time it's really short. Like, I don't actually even have a full 4 months. I have like 3 2/3. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But I don't want to set my expectations too high. I don't want to be disappointed at the end, be like, wow, comparing it to last time, I didn't get as fluent as I thought I would. I didn't make as many local French friends, which again is gonna be a big difference, because last time I literally was the only person in my program in the city. Like, there had never been any other exchange students through my program to my city, and so I literally had no choice but to practice Spanish. Even if I didn't know, I just did it anyways. So that actually, like, forcing myself to have to actually speak to people was super helpful. And this time it's not a bad thing. I'm actually really excited to be going with friends, but I have 5 other people from SoCA in the same program, and there's other international students, American students, also going through the same program to the same city. So and because I'm not going to be taking classes with French students, I'm gonna have to really push myself if I want to become friends with any like local French people. So maybe I will join a club, or maybe join a local gym, which actually would be a good idea. But yeah, I know I'm really gonna have to push myself. So that's basically it for my expectations and kind of what I'm afraid of. It's really all, what I'm afraid of is really all stuff that I can control. As long as I'm not comparing myself to my former self or those around me and just really pushing myself to do the best I can, I think I'm gonna have a great time. So that's my goal. So getting away from my expectations and kind of my fears and all that, let's get into how I'm feeling right now. So basically that's just excited, if you can't tell already. Honestly, it doesn't even feel like real, like I'm going on study abroad, like I'm actually going to be living there and taking classes. It just feels like I'm going for a long vacation. And I know that's not it, but that's what it feels like. So maybe once I get there and actually have to like take a test or something like that, then maybe it'll start to feel real. But till then, we're just gonna stay on this little excitement level. Next, let's go into how I'm preparing for study abroad. One, I have to pack. And okay, I know everybody hates packing, I hate packing too, but okay, let's think about where I live. I live in Southern California. My entire closet right now consists of pretty much just rompers, my jean jacket, high-waisted shorts, and crop tops. And where I'm going, it actually gets cold, like snow in the winter. What a concept! Anyways, so I have to actually figure out what I want to bring, and I'll probably have to buy some clothes there too, maybe an actual jacket. But in terms of language, I have been doing a couple of things. My French is, to be honest, not the best, but we gotta work with what we have, and I only have like a week to make it better, so yeah. Anyways, number one thing I'm doing is I have my phone in French. I use my phone every day, so at least I'm having some sort of contact with French. And actually I did this about a year ago. I don't even think about it. I know my way around an iPhone pretty well by now because I've had one for a while, so I don't even really have to read what I'm pushing most of the time. But one thing that is helpful though is like, because my phone is in French, all the apps are pretty much in French too, so all the social media, Google Maps is really helpful because when I put it on to go somewhere, it'll speak to me in French. I'm also listening to some French music, which I don't even know if it actually helps me at all, but like I know it doesn't hurt, right? So why not? And then recently I've also been starting to listen to a French podcast called Coffee Break French. Maybe you've heard of it. Basically, it's this podcast made specifically for people who want to learn French. So they speak in both English and French, and every episode, I guess, is just about a different topic. And yeah, it's super helpful. They have them in a couple different languages, so if you want to check it out, just literally type in coffee break and then whatever language you're trying to learn into like Spotify. That's what I use, of course, because it's my best friend. But I know for sure they have it in Spanish, German, Italian, I think Chinese now too. I don't think they have Japanese, but yeah, maybe they do. I have no idea. And then the last thing that I'm doing is sticky notes. I made sticky notes, and it kind of sounds dumb, but I think it works, honestly. So maybe you can see them behind me, but I basically made sticky notes and labeled everything in my house. Not everything, that's a little too much, but a bunch of things in my house. Okay, so this is an example of one of my sticky notes. This is bed. Yeah, I basically just labeled everything, and it says it in French on the top and Spanish on the bottom because my sister's trying to learn Spanish, so I thought maybe do both at the same time, be a little helpful. And I wrote it in blue if it's masculine and red if it's feminine. So I did another one over here for the blanket, another one for my pillow, and literally there's so many around my whole house. So that's basically it in terms of what I wanted to share before I leave. One more thing is that I decided I want to try and stay pretty consistent with when I post and when I make these vlogs. Okay, so right now my goal is to post twice a month. I'll keep you updated because maybe once I get there I'm gonna be like, wow, this is way too much work. I have to study, I have to go with my program, who knows. But that's my goal right now, is to post on the first Friday and the third Friday of every month. So I know there's some like months where there's 5 Fridays. I'm not gonna post the 5th Friday, it's not every other. I'm gonna try to do the first one and the third one. So yeah, I'll keep you updated if that changes. The next time I see you, I'll be in France. So if you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe this video. Yeah, I keep doing this thing with my hands, I don't know. Like pointing to the boxes below, I guess. Alright, so yeah, I guess that's it. See you in France. Till next time!